Hello and welcome to this week's Dev Q&A. I'm Mod Balance, not Mod James. He's gone. And I'm joined with this lovely lot. If you want to go around and introduce yourselves.
Oh, go on then. I'm Mod Avatar.
AKA
Mod Jesus.
He looks like Jesus.
Content developer.
He loves it.
Perfect.
I'm Mod Kelpie, lead ninja, project manager.
Mod Raven, content developer.
Mod Ashes, and a technical content developer.
So a wide variety of amazing people to answer all of our questions that we've got this week. And there are loads of them. And I was just given a fresh sheet by Mod John, who is standing just over out of shot. But he gave me a fresh sheet because I did not have enough questions, apparently. So we had an icebreaker question, which I've now changed because why not? So the icebreaker question is, we are replacing the sofa, which, and you guys can vouch for this, is the most uncomfortable thing in the world, isn't it?
Yeah, it's why
it's not great.
People always pick up why you're sitting at funny angles.
Yeah,
and it's like you
rolled over,
caught in like this weird corner angle of the sofa, and like my Tyrannosaurus Rex arms kind of that sort of stuff.
Just to kind of point it out, every surface on this sofa is curved, so there is no comfortable position to sit in. So we're getting a new sofa. The question is, what would you like the sofa to be? We'll start off with you, Ashes.
I just think it should be a bed.
Just a bed?
Yeah, why not?
We all just get in bed?
Yeah, why not?
It's
just
like
make it comfy,
it's
cozy.
It's just a weird Premier Inn advert, like we're just sitting there.
Just all have a little hug.
And Lenny Henry just popping out. Can be done.
Oh, me.
You are next.
I'm going to go with, since when we discussed this earlier, you said that we couldn't do leather because it would squeak. So I'm going to go with rubber, so it would squeak even more,
Nice.
and you'd kind of bounce off it, embarrassingly.
That is a disaster waiting to happen, Kelpie.
I think like some nice red hot lips. You know,
Okay.
nice designer sofa there.
Very, very feminine. I like it. And what about you, mate?
It's got to be the hammocks.
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 So we're all just like
Everyone
having
loves a hammock.
recline. Like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
And while we're at it, we can move the studio to like a beach in the Caribbean somewhere.
you get great internet there.
Yeah,
So
it's
just
fine.
on the beach. You can
great.
just imagine us with like Mod John running around with a satellite dish pointing in the right direction. I'm going for a chaise longue because I think I'd look really good in like a nice lying position across the stream. Thank you for indulging me with my icebreaker question. The actual proper icebreaker question was actually quite sensible, but I feel like we've done our good deed for the day.
We're
Hopefully
good.
you enjoyed that. Okay, big topic. There are a few questions coming in, and then we head over to talk about something a little bit new. So let's hit it up. Muffins asks, considering the obvious large amount of support for it, can we expect blood dye for T90 items? I love this, so please can we have it?
Yeah, I mean the concept art, if you haven't seen it, looks really cool.
Insane.
It is currently the top idea on Rune Labs.
Yes.
So for those who have missed it, Rune Labs is kind of just an ongoing thing now for the time being, and people have voted up blood dyes to the top. So this, I imagine, would function something similar to the other dyes that are on Treasure Trails. Right now, we don't have a plan to put them in like immediately or anything. I think within Ninja, we've kind of talked about a few other things we'd like to put in as kind of new Treasure Trail rewards.
Yeah.
So at some point in the future, I'm sure we will look to put in a kind of another batch of rewards to Treasure Trails, and I'm sure blood dyes will be. I can't guarantee it, but we would strongly consider it.
I think we should guarantee it. I think that would be my personal
You can't be
request
doing
to
that.
Mod Kelpie.
I'm always hesitant to guarantee something. But there's some other things. So there was like on Rune Labs, on Reddit over the weekend, people were talking about bow ties,
Yeah.
and I responded to that thread and I said, put on Rune Labs, get it voted up. If it gets similar support to like blood dyes and stuff, it will get considered. So,
Sweet. Illustrial says, given the amount of negative feedback on the forums about some of the Fist of Guthics updates, are we looking to make changes or improvements to Monday's release?
Yes, we will. So it was a Ninja Spotlight update, and based on feedback, with all updates, we read feedback, and we do make changes where we feel there needs to be changes.
Mm-hmm.
So myself and Timbo have actually been going through that today, and Timber's created a list of feedback changes that we want to do. Still working on the balance of some of them, but yes, these won't necessarily be for next week, but over the next few weeks, we will see some changes and improvements. Yeah.
Do we know specifically what improvements yet, or we just deal with it as we go?
Yeah, so like we kind of made a bit of a boo-boo. The gauntlets are available to free to play, and we decided that we'd move them off the game to Slayer Monster jobs. Only we put them on Slayer Monsters that are all pay to play. So yeah, free to play couldn't get them unless they got them from the GE. So bit of a mistake there. We're correcting that, and we are looking at making some of the other gauntlets a bit more worthwhile, and a few improvements to the game mechanics. Some of the stuff that people have been saying, like there's some somewhat bizarre feedback where people were like, we never asked you to make the game non-boostable. Well, of course we're going to try and make the game non-boostable. I mean, like, what is the point of having a game that is just easily boostable? We might as well just create a room and be like, stand in this room for 10 minutes and get a point, What is,
Sounds good to me.
I think that actually really
I'm on board with that.
It's just, of course we're going to try, we're going to do feedback to the game, try and make it actually competitive. That's what we want. So, we will still try to look at stuff for that. So,
sweet. I've got to address something in the chat. Everyone's banging on about NXT. We've got to talk about it a little bit. It's coming, isn't it?
RuneFest.
RuneFest. We're going to have loads.
You're not going to get any more information about NXT until RuneFest.
I have personally been speaking to loads of people about it. I know it's actually coming along really well. We've seen it internally. It looks great. We will share more information with you at RuneFest. We promise to do that.
Yeah.
Autumn Elite says, after the less than stellar reaction to Tusker World event, and with Mod Osborne announcing plans to bring Slisky's games to an end next year, what does this mean for world events?
So I had a little chat with Mod Osborne before this about world events, and we don't have anything. So there's elements from world events that we like, and we do have updates in the near future, this year and next year, that we'll be using those elements from. But big scale world events, not too sure. I mean, I'm sure there will be some stuff in time, but we've kind of, when they initially planned their kind of world events for the very first one, we've kind of got through that with as part of the Selesky storyline. But I'm sure there will be more in the future and stuff.
Okay, so
we've had the big scale ones, such as the PvP everywhere type thing for the Bandos versus Armadale one. But then we've also kind of had smaller ones for the initial Cabbage Face Punch Bonanza one.
Sure.
So I think we'll have a mix over the years, sort of thing.
Yeah, very up a bit. I think my favourite so far has been the Bandos versus Armadale one. I really like the kind of PvP everywhere style thing. I had a lot of fun going in game and just trolling players with that and just one hitting them. Love it. Yeah,
no, it was very good. The thing with world events you have to remember is that you end up creating a lot of assets and spending a lot of time on something that actually only lasts for a certain amount of time, and that's why we've kept Tusker in the game and stuff, because you create all that stuff and then only for 6 weeks or something like that, it's not really worthwhile doing. So
okay, that's a very comprehensive answer.
Thanks.
Kel.
Probably not, but
just seen a quote on there. Someone asking how much XP they get for slaying you, Mod Raven.
Can't be done. You haven't got a high enough score.
Very good. That's the correct answer. A lot of people are asking for double XP information. Do we have any?
We've given.
We have.
I wasn't here last week, so yeah.
On the 25th of September, the weekend of, which is the weekend before RuneFest.
Yes.
How exciting. Be excited. You get double XP. That is your big hint for what happens on double XP weekend.
Yeah. And it's the usual, there's no changes to this year to the stuff.
Yeah, I think all
any
that
of the rules
information's
or
on
anything,
the...
it's just the same stuff.
I think all that information's on the wiki actually, so you can just go and find that if you want to know all the restrictions and stuff. We have something a little bit special to show off at the moment. Cyndaquil said, since we couldn't see them last week, how about some Halloween concept art or spoilers? Have we got the ability to show off some cool concept art? No, we'll show. Oh, yeah, okay.
You
We're going to
ruined
go
it.
over there. So let's show this.
Are we doing
Whilst,
wait, right.
whilst these guys
While you're
hop
talking.
on over there and.
Mod JD ruined it all.
So yes, this is a little bit of Halloween concept art we showed off earlier today in the Good Morning Gillinor stream, which we tried out. Can you tell me a little bit about what this is?
So this is basically the underworld.
Sweet.
We've got, you can see sort of on the sort of south side, you've got a little island where it's going to kind of be our holding area where people will come in to start the event, and then you've got the little bridge that goes along, and then through that big archway, and then you're onto the big main bridge, and that big main bridge is where a lot of the event's going to take place.
Okay.
I don't want to reveal too much about the event right now.
Alright, so
but
keeping our
it's-
cards close to our
it's
chest on this
well
one.
underway. We've got some cool prototypes that we're working on at the moment. Hopefully we'll have some more information to share soon.
Sick. That is a reasonably good answer for that one. Keep our cards close to our chest, but it looks absolutely stunning at the moment. We've sent Mod Ashes and Raven over to the gaming computers to show us a thing or two about some Seren-related rewards. Is that right?
Yep. Spells and prayers.
Spells and prayers. Let's head over there now.
All right, hello. You're with me and Mod Raven, who you can't really see. He's kind of hiding. May want to move the camera.
Hello.
Let's do this a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, that was. There we go. That's how this works. That will do. That will do. So we're going to be talking to you today about the new unlocks from Seren Quest.
Yep.
Well, sorry, the light within.
The light within, yes.
Sorry, we know it as Seren Quest internally. So used to just saying that straight out.
Sorry. Someone just said, Mod Raven, marry me. No. No.
I'm glad you can read that. It's going far too quick for my liking, but still. Right, so as you can see on my toolbar at the bottom, down here, all of these, I'm actually going to lock this because I don't want to give away the runes that we're going to use for all of these. So we have a nice long list. This is everything that you can currently see. This is all of the spells and abilities, prisms, auroras, shield domes, and skilling spells that will be released with the Light Within. I really keep wanting to say Seren. It's really not on my day today. So as we start off, I'll go through them very quickly, left to right. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We happy to give away all of them?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
We've I mean, we did the thread.
That's true. We've
been in
So pretty much
a reasonable amount of detail.
everyone should know what they are. So the first four are auroras. You've got opal, sapphire, emerald, and ruby from left to right. Each one in turn. So opal will increase a prism life. So as you fire it against enemies, it will proc off, and you'll see some projectiles that will fly to any totems nearby and keep them alive for a little bit longer. The second one, which is sapphire, will give the totem a very small buff that will increase its ability of what it does next tick. The emerald will do a damage reduction to yourself. Ruby will do a damage output to players around you.
Yep,
I believe.
it'll increase their, well, it will have a chance to increase the DPS of all the players nearby by 1% per stack, and it stacks 3 times.
Something like that. It's about
Yeah.
3 or 4. Depends how quickly you can fire them
Yeah.
off, I think.
So it's useful in
So
big
that's always
groups.
good. And then the next 3 you see are prisms. So you've got the Prism of Salvation, then, no, sorry, say that wrong. Restoration, Salvation, then Loyalty. Each of these very quickly. So the Restoration will heal your familiar, give you recharge on your specs for it, and have a chance to save scrolls as they're used if you're within the area. Salvation will allow you to teleport directly to it. So if you're in danger, you can just click on it and you'll teleport straight up to it. Then after that, you've got Loyalty, which you can apply. So Raven there is testing this out for you while it's on screen. Loyalty will, you can store your health points into, and then if you become less than 25% health, anyone within the area of, I think it's about 2 tiles, will gain pretty much as much health as they need to be restored back up to full. Then we've got Intercept, which will stick a ward on another player, and while that's on for 3 seconds,
It helps if I have the thing set up.
you need Accept Aid on.
Yep. Doing that now.
Shocking.
Doing
It's
that
not
now,
even
doing that
ready.
now. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Was not expecting it. So as you click on it, you stick a ward around the other player, and for 3 seconds you will take all damage they receive at a reduced rate. Reduced by 5%, I believe. So
Yes,
you take
so you say
95% of all of the damage. Then you've got the lovely shield dome, which while casting you will channel the ability. Anyone within inside of it, obviously you can't see, but there's down in the you'll see down in my buff bar at the bottom here, you are protected by shield dome.
And I'll just quickly swap over. So if you look at mine, you can see I too am protected by shield dome.
So that's disappeared because the channel's gone, but yep, you'll see that that will protect you for initial of 50% damage coming in, and then it will deteriorate if you happen to move into someone else's dome. So if I run in, blah blah blah, and trigger. Yeah, it doesn't work. Joys of testing.
Not quite sure I've done there. It'll be how my account's set up in some weird way.
You broke it. I bet I don't have accept aid on, do I? No, I don't have accept
aid on.
There you go,
That's why.
That's what it is. You always have to have accept aid on for these. Always, else they will not work. There you go, right. Then after that, we have our Prism of Dowsing, which you put down near divination pools, and it will draw the wisps directly to it, which will allow you to harvest them a lot quicker, hopefully, or at least a bit easier. And within that, you get a chance of gaining a chronicle.
Yes.
A better chance.
You get a better chance of
enriched. Enriched ones. That's what it is, isn't it? Then we have Crystallize next to that, which you plant onto trees, fishing spots, and there's one more.
Trees, fishing spots, mining locks, and
box traps.
full box traps.
Yeah, we had fun with that one. And what they'll do is they will allow you to gain just XP, no resources, just full on XP.
You get an increase of XP. Yeah,
XP
it's,
rate,
I think it's 50% increase.
Something like that.
And also the resource won't exhaust. So your mining locks will stay the same, your trees will stay the same, and your box traps will not exhaust either, meaning you can sit there and get a bunch of XP off those.
So you'll see around this tree there's a nice little kind of sparkle. While that's on, I will gain just XP. I'm not showing you that I'm not gaining logs because I'll give away all of the runes that I need to cast all of these. So I'm not going to fall for that trap. So where were we? Right, so that was Crystallize. After that we have Rapid Growth, which is the leaf-like one. This will allow you to move one stage on of a farming patch?
On trees, patches, fruit trees and herb patches, it will automatically advance a stage. You can do this once per day per patch, and it stacks with the potion from the mole. So you can get 2 stages in one go.
There you go, you see. Extra farming for the win.
Yep.
Then after that we've got Crystal Mask, which will give you 5 minutes of, is it completely stun immune, or is it a better chance of stun immune?
You get an increased chance of your pickpocketing success.
Yep.
I think it's 15%, but I don't know off the top of my head. And also when you are caught, if you are caught, you have an additional chance, so it stacks with other things that give you a chance.
Isn't it?
Yeah, to avoid being stunned.
Yeah, and take help. So
it should help significantly.
Fingers crossed. And then after that, you'll see right in the end is the spellbook swap, which has been taken pretty much directly from the Lunar spellbook and added to Zaros spellbook, which was another one that everyone had been asking for.
I'm sorry, I'm being distracted by a slightly creepy stalker person who's saying, "Mod Raven, be my RS boyfriend." No.
You just got a lot of love. You just got a lot of love. That's what it is.
Strange.
You see? Right. So, do we want to show any of these?
Yeah, let's.
How should we go about doing this?
What do you want to show off?
I think we show off some of the prisms.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I will do a prism of loyalty.
Okay.
And then I will give up half my health. So
this
you can
the prism of loyalty. You'll see here that you can stockpile.
Behold, sending off my health to it.
That
of course, I should point out that I have way over my normal starting limit of health, which is why my health bar isn't going down. It's because I'm cheating blatantly.
We all cheat. It's fine. This is how we test things.
Yep.
This is great.
I just hadn't noticed mine had done that. So the stockpile has a lot of health in it now. So if I move away and you get hurt,
I'm hurt. Oh my god! I have 10
health. If you run up to it, Oh, I think you
I
brought
did
it.
anyway.
There you go.
I was within range,
Yep.
so you saw the nice.
Caught you and healed you.
The nice full-blown big cross.
Yep. And I can stock up the stockpile again. Sorry, loyalty totem. The working name was stockpile. So now you can see it actually is harming my health. So you can't kill yourself doing this, but you can hurt yourself quite badly.
So we should probably say that the prism itself will actually store up to the maximum life points that the person, the caster,
Yep.
has. So obviously you want someone with a lot of health points to put down, and just get that person to literally.
The idea is being
in.
that you can sort of spread the health around, so you can have one person taking all the food with another person getting all the stuff to give them massive DPS, and so the person who's the tank, which is probably the person with the food, can kind of heal and buff everyone. Also, you could have a support style approach to take.
Cool. So that's that one.
Yep. I'm going to plot down another teleporter one because they're my favourite.
They're your favourite, is it? The Salvation.
Yeah.
Prism of Salvation.
I wasn't going to say they're my Salvation because they were Ollie's idea, but I really liked them because they're good fun.
So yeah, this one's kind of, you're in danger.
Yep.
Oh my god, I don't know what I'm going to do. Bing, gone.
And also, bing!
So it should take you with, I think it's up to 6 tiles out.
Yep.
You can then click on it. It'll bring you within 6 tile range and instantly teleport you within range.
Yep, and you could theoretically stick these together, so you can have like a chain of them bouncing across. So you can do all manner of things, and we kind of designed it so you've got a quick way of avoiding sort of charge style attacks. But I'm willing to bet that you guys will come up with really interesting and creative uses for them.
I'm just going to put another one down, see if we can chain it, but there we go, it's
okay.
fine.
I can put another one down over here.
Let's put one down over here. Cast.
So, blink,
Yeah. One.
blink. Oh no!
Oh, it's not in range.
Oh no, of course there's a debuff. I forgot about the debuff. To stop people changing it massively, there's a bit of a debuff. But you can still, they stay long enough so you can get a good distance across.
Yeah, they all have a good life on them.
Yeah.
Questions in the chat if we want to answer them. So you see, we don't have to answer them. That's if we want to answer them.
Will Barricade work for the healing prism? That's quite a popular one, and I believe it does.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should work with the healing prism.
Most things I think stack on top of
Yeah.
existing things already there.
Yeah, it's just using existing damage code, so it should stack with everything that normally stacks with it.
But obviously, if we find out it's a bit OP, we will probably go, no.
Yeah, we might, we might tweak things out. In fairness, based on feedback and based on how you guys use the spells, we might tweak or alter things. We might buff things. We might have to nerf things if things go horribly wrong.
How does the healing prism calculate priority with large groups?
I defer to you
So
on that.
it's basically the first person that gets within range. That's kind of how it works.
Yep.
The first person that comes in within, I think it's about 3 tiles.
Hi, Sweetheart.
Will,
Sorry, I've just seen Sweetheart. Mod Raven, why do fasted? Scream!
Was that a highlight I saw for how expensive will these totems be? Is that what I thought that was going to be?
They're reasonably, they're more expensive than normal spells.
They do last longer.
They do last
As
a
you
lot
can
longer.
see at the stockpile.
You get some good use out of them, yeah.
Still there. He's still being here.
So they're more expensive than
Store
normal
my- store
casts,
some
but
of
you
my
should get a
life into
good use out of them.
Can Iron Men use all of these? I believe so.
Iron Men can use them for themselves,
Yeah.
but they can't use things that would be buffed by other players. So Shield Dome doesn't work. Neither does Intercept or, I believe, the Healing Totem.
That sounds about right.
Iron Men are. We can change that
Yeah.
based on feedback.
What
But,
happens when you do the Iron Man bossing together?
it still doesn't work. Sorry,
should
you
probably
already heard
reiterate that question.
John was asking what would happen if with Iron Man bossing. At the moment, they don't work with Iron Man bossing. We've stopped it for Iron Man altogether. But again, based on feedback from Iron Man, if that's something that you guys really want, then we can turn it on. It's not a problem.
So, Cookie, can you explain a bit further on which skilling spell? Actually, I'll just go through them all.
I assume Cookie means crystallize.
Possibly.
That would be my guess.
I guess so. So we've got
30
the Prism of Dowsing, which will last probably about a minute.
Good minute and a bit.
About a
I
minute
think
and
it's
a bit.
2 minutes.
Yeah. So that's one of them. The next one is Crystallize, which is
30 seconds. Yep.
You've got then Rapid Growth, which is instantaneous. Crystal Mask, which is 5 minutes, I think we put it for. Something about that. It was around that sort of time. And then obviously Spellbook is Spellbook Swap.
Yep.
So nice and simple. Spellbook. I'll standard Spellbook very quickly. Not that matters. Right, anything else we want to show? Actually, I probably shouldn't have done that because now I need to wait for the switch back before using anything else again.
Will Healing Prisms cancel Onslaught?
Will Healing Prisms cancel Onslaught? That is a good question. I don't think we've actually... I've not tried
don't know.
that.
We'll look into that.
We'll look into that, definitely, yeah.
But we'll look into that for you.
Yeah.
Soon.
When will the quest be released? Oh.
Soon. I hate giving exact dates because things can go wrong. At the moment, it looks fine and it should all be good, but the internet might explode and that'll cause a problem.
No internet means no game, full stop. So that's a very big problem.
Yeah, it is a big problem.
Yeah.
What are the cooldowns on the spells? Says RSPVM. They are spells, so they don't have a cooldown. There is
pretty much
a debuff on certain ones of using them. So like Shield Dome gives you half again every time you get a new Shield Dome, so you can't just stack them forever. You get that lasts, is it 2 minutes?
Something like that. I think it's 2 minutes.
I think it's 2 minutes per Shield Dome.
Yeah, something like that.
The totems last a varied amount of time, but you can keep them going longer if you're using Opal Aurora. Sorry.
Yep.
And the rest of them you can just keep casting as long as you've got the runes.
The prisms, though, will only allow you to cast one of the same type within
short distance,
5 tiles or so. So if you have one already around and then there's one within 5 tiles, you can't cast within that same sort of distance. So just to stop you multiply stacking everything.
Whack the Brave says, how does it work with Ivy, the non-depletable one? I don't know if it actually does. Oh no, it does work with Ivy, I think.
Does it work with Ivy? Ivy does deplete after a very, very long time, though.
In that case, it'll function the same.
Yeah.
It should function the same. I don't remember Ivy specifically, but it should theoretically function the same. But you're obviously not getting any resources, so you just...
doesn't. You don't get resources with Ivy anyway.
Yeah, so it doesn't... I'm not even sure
really
if you get the XP boost, to be honest.
Well.
You might just be wasting your spell on Ivy. There are better places to use it.
Oh, it's all questions now. You see how that's what we started off with. So yeah, we wasn't going to. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Oh yeah. Sorry, John has very rightly pointed out to us saying, "Don't forget to show prayers," which we've been completely forgetting to do. So.
I actually thought that said pirates.
I'll flip to.
Do you want to flick to your screen for those?
Okay,
yeah,
so
there we go. So that way I can not worry.
Behold prayers. So first of all, they're part of the ancient book, so you can see the new ancient spell book will look like this.
Let me get prayers out so I can help out.
Yeah, because we'll need it.
Yep.
So we have these 2 new ones here. First of all, we have light form and we have dark form. One of the things we've done is based on feedback with the spells, is ancient spells, including both the Seren and the Zaros spells, now have a chance to proc. I'll put the dark one on.
I've just cast light. Yeah.
There you go. There's light form and dark form. They have a chance to proc the kind of additional spell effects on abilities. They will take your runes as well for the cost, but it means that you can use abilities and get the benefit. Whilst using light form, the procs on the Seren spells, so the Opal Aurora, etc., will be increased, a much higher chance of it going off. And with the dark form, the ancient spells have a much higher chance to go off. I realise I'm looking at that camera when it's this camera that is active.
Blood Barrage, that'd be brilliant with dark form on.
Yeah,
having that firing off with abilities.
You should be able to get some good things going. Particularly, one of the good things with this is you should be able to get, if you use Emerald Aurora, it'd be good for a tank in light form, for example. So, other things we've got is we have Chronicle Absorption, which does what it says in the tin, which is you will absorb Chronicles when you're doing your divination. Rather than having to stockpile them and take them back to the bank, they will, not the bank, the altars, they'll be immediately converted into Hunter and Divination XP as normal.
Just to split off from that. So we've got Death Dude 777 asking, do I need to finish the quest to be affected by the spells or to just activate them? So it's literally just to activate them.
It's just to activate them. If you sit under a shield dome that someone else has cast, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a bit creeped
I
out
think
by
that would have
Rocket
been a
Nova,
bit
but here you go,
still.
Rocket Nova. I am now rubbing my beard, you bizarre human being. So, other spells.
Anyway, let's carry on.
We have Soul Link. Soul Link's good fun. So what this one does is it finds
Nice.
another player who has Soul Link active, which will be you.
There we go.
And now any healing or I
That's
shouldn't
enough, so I'm
open
gonna
my
run out
bank
of prayer.
because you'll see what all my spells are. Any healing that we do will be split between us. Any damage that we take will be split between us. So if you imagine yourself going with a group of people, if you're particularly with a tank, it should offset some of the damage if you get hit hard by things. Should be quite useful.
I'm going to turn mine off. I'm running out of prayer points.
That's a good point. Another one we've got is Teamwork Protection, which functions in a similar method, but Soul Link is just for one other person, yes?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
And Teamwork Protection is for kind of a group of people. The more people you have with Teamwork Protection active, the more beneficial the effect. What it does is for each person other than yourself that it finds, you will get a 5% damage reduction to all combat styles, like protection prayers, but across all of them, and a 1% chance to reflect damage, and this is per person, so the stack increases. I think we cap it at 5.
Yep.
But obviously
It says
we
5.
can be
I'm reading
willing
the tooltip
to,
right here.
that might be something we can discuss in feedback later. But it should make it very useful, particularly for bosses that switch and change, and particularly for large groups going in doing something. So it should be hopefully quite useful. Then we've got Superheat Form. What this one does is all active logs and ore, so while active, logs and ores are immediately burnt and smelted respectively. For the ores you have to have the right amount of coal for it to work, but it means you don't have to traipse over to the bank, it'll just do it for you automatically, so you'll get the XP as you would expect. And the
Very
final one
similar
we've
to
got,
Superheat, but
it is very similar.
yeah.
But
Obviously you can do it off of the...
yeah, it's done as a prayer, so just to make life a bit easier when skilling.
Yeah.
And the other one we've got is Fortitude, which it boosts your defense by, as those of you looking at my screen can see, by 10%, hit points by 100, and it doubles regeneration and allows regeneration in combat. So it's a very good tank's prayer. And hopefully you can see that many of these will start to stack together quite nicely. Lieutenant Shadow, I assume that's the name, not Lut Shadow, says that will Seren spells be added to Dungeon Spellbook? Not currently
Not
planned.
that we've got, no.
Not at the moment.
Not to say that it won't.
Yeah, it might be something we look at, but
yeah.
it's not planned at the moment.
Not planned at the moment. I think that's pretty much it, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
I don't know if there's much
Let's
more
see
we can
if
do
there's
other
any
than
good
we go and take on a boss, but I think that might be, that might be
Given
problematic.
that will end bad. My previous suggestion for this was completely not thinking was that we should go and do one of the raids bosses,
Yeah.
and then it was pointed out there's just two of us.
Yeah.
It would not work.
No. Why is there only one turmoil prayer? By Penguin. I'll give that one to you.
Why is there only one turmoil prayer?
Yeah.
Because there's what?
Because there's only one turmoil.
There's only one
prayer.
turmoil. I'm not sure. I assume you're asking if there's a better version of turmoil or something. I'm not sure what you're asking.
Where are the other turmoil prayers? There must be a thing.
What other turmoil prayers? I'm not sure what you're asking, though, sorry. This might be something that other people have mentioned.
Anguish and torment.
What?
Where is anguish and torment?
They're still there.
They should still be there.
Anguish and torment are still there.
There's turmoil. Where's anguish and torment? We haven't removed anything.
Turmoil is the last one on your list. Very last
Where's
one.
anguish hiding? No, that's not you.
Oh my god.
Try and find them.
They are still there. I don't know where they're hiding. We haven't removed anything. It's probably just what I've set up on mine, so don't worry. But we haven't removed.
Be nice to them. Don't make a mistake. Come on. Be nice.
They all should be there. If they're not, then
Yeah. Anything
we'll
that-
sort it. It's fine.
Any
It's
prayers that
okay.
have been removed by other people for other reasons.
Yeah.
We haven't removed anything, we have merely added.
Yeah. Right, I think that's
yeah, I think that's it
so.
for us. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, on that note, we're going to pass back over to the couch where they were swaying. So I don't know if they're going to keep swaying or not. I don't know. We'll soon see. Depends what happens.
There's no swaying going on.
Guys, you've got to be just nice to them. They made a mistake with the prayers. We're just pretending that never happened. They're still there. Just pretend it didn't happen. Whilst we're seamlessly transitioning back to a full sofa as they wander back, tell me how many elf-related puns do you think that Mod Raven put in the Seren quest?
Too many.
A disgraceful amount.
36.
I put in any?
Did you?
That's
put
what I was
in any,
thinking
Mod
actually. I'm
Raven?
actually
Wow,
wondering-
what a transition.
I actually saw this question and thought, did he actually put any into the actual
I don't think I
quest?
put any puns in. I mean, there are some bad jokes.
Okay.
They're not well hidden. You'll
No,
find
they're
them.
not well written at all.
And Mod Wilson did some of the quest as well, and so there's some other bad jokes.
Okay.
I don't think we put any puns in. I think we defied the RuneScape norm.
I feel like I shan't play the quest now.
I think we should go change this then very, very
It's fair.
quickly. Just throw a few little bits
Yeah,
in.
it's-
we'll go upstairs and
Yeah.
throw in some puns in.
Some examine text. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Oh, there's probably some puns in examine text.
Okay, so keep examining everything. Love it. You answered loads of my questions. If look, there's crossings out on there. I'm just really disappointed.
Don't blame us, blame the guys on the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, JD. Okay. Get Good says lunar spells already make a very distinctive skilling support flavour. What have you done to make the Seren spells different enough so that lunar spells aren't relegated to very niche roles?
Well, they're just. I'm trying to work out how to answer this without just saying, well, they're just sort of different.
They're different.
They
in
do
our character.
different
They
things.
Okay, no, that is a good answer.
But
That is
in,
genuinely good answer.
in playthroughs and stuff, when we were, I mean, we did some Beastmaster and some Yakamaru playthroughs with the Seren spells and prayers, and you know, they're useful to use in those environments, and they're you know, they are just different. They work differently. They have much different uses. So yeah, that's it really. They are
It's all
different.
situational
Yeah.
based.
They're
As
They're
always.
much
Yeah.
more situational.
Yeah, so you
yeah.
know
It's
that's
always
fine.
situational based. You always take the best prayers for what you're doing at the time.
Yeah, and you can always use spellbook swap anyway.
Yeah.
Smart move. One who knows asks, he's got some numbers after his name, but I shan't go into detail on those. How much combat will the Seren quest involve? Will he need higher than tier 70 gear? So basically, we've got to set this guy up specifically for the quest.
Okay, so I'm
Without
now
giving
trying to
away
think what to
spoilers.
say
No
without
spoilers.
spoilering.
Yeah. There is some combat.
There is some combat.
Is it scaled combat?
No, I'm not that nice.
Okay, there we go. It's not scaled combat.
There is some combat. It is reasonably tough, but you can make it kind of about as much combat as you want, apart from maybe one bit. So
Okay.
we've gone for kind of more optional approach with things.
I like that. So you're going to get more for your time if you're doing some combat, or is it just literally a complete option?
It's a complete option. It's arguable that you can get. I don't know how to say it without spoilering
Okay,
anything.
I won't
but
press you, I won't press you. I won't
You
press
might have a slight time advantage with combat, maybe at a push, but you'll. No, I won't say anymore.
Okay,
It's probably for the best.
don't say anything. Primal Moose says, after release, do you expect that there will be any further Seren spells and prayers added to the game, perhaps unlocked through gameplay?
I think probably.
Quite a
if
lot,
these-
wasn't there, on the forum
Yeah,
thread
if
for
these go
players'
down well,
ideas.
and if players use them, and if players make good suggestions, we've got the forum thread where there have been some fantastic suggestions. I would love to be able to add some more in, or we can add more in from other things.
There
Sorry, I've just seen that on the chat.
Okay,
Someone's
then.
changed their name to Mod
Mod
Raven's future wife.
Wow.
Right, yeah. Moving on.
Moving swiftly on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for talking to us about Seren-related things, but I now have some more general questions for you all. Are we ready? Can we expect a conclusion to the unfinished 5th Age quest lines in the nearest future? That's from Sono Shindu.
It depends on by nearish. I know.
It's in time.
Yeah.
Is essentially we've been looking ahead for quests for next year, and there'll probably be 1 or 2 in there.
Mm.
Okay.
And we're going for a variety. of quests. So we've kind of got a little bit more of a focus on some of the kind of stuff that Mod Osborne's talked about in the past. But in between that, we'll have some like 5th age stuff and some other things. So yeah, we'll go for variety. They'll kind of trickle through.
Sweet. Sinan RS says, are there any plans relating to the Godless and their victory over the mighty Space Pig, aka Tusker?
Yes.
Space Pig.
Yep. Space Pig. What's happening there? What's happening there?
They're up to stuff.
Okay.
No, the Godless are doing something. So
Big ceremony.
they've not had anywhere that they might call the base of operations before, and Tusker's lifeless corpse is kind of a convenient new area that's not being used. So
it's like, wow. To be fair though, it is. They did take it down, so it's a good place to stick
but
their
even
spear and be like, this
like,
is now ours.
It's like, my base, it's a corpse. Whereas like Saradomin's got some like cool monasteries and stuff, and like the Godless, you live.
They have the carcass of a god.
It's
That's
pretty cool. Yeah.
That's quite cool. Okay,
Who knows what you can do with that carcass?
So they're preparing themselves to be a more kind of permanent fixture to the world. So
all right, so
stuff will happen.
There are things in the pipeline. Mod Raven Chirpy RS wants to know. Do you know how many? Oh, Sinan RS actually wants to know. Do you know how many Ravensworn titles are in the game currently, and if so, how many?
I have absolutely no idea. It's the kind of thing that I almost don't want to know because it's funny. I love seeing people with the title going, "I've got it, Mod Raven." So I go, "Yes, you are one of the chosen ones." But if I then discover that the number of chosen ones is millions, it's not very fun.
No,
so I like to think it's like 2 people.
6.
They just cycle.
A total of 6 people.
So yeah, in my head it's 6 people. There you go.
Okay, there are 6 people. I like that you've done your research. We definitely don't send these questions around to everyone before the stream to get them to come up with the correct answers. Let me.
I'm doing an honest answer.
You sent them around like 5 minutes before the
Yeah.
stream.
Yeah.
So
That's true. We do push you for time. We do push you for time. Okay, let's look at some ninja-related questions. The Aviancy wants to know: would it be possible to graphically update player-owned house altars with modern graphics and potentially add some new god altars?
It would be possible,
but
such
we're
a
unlikely
straight
to
face
do
when you
it.
said that.
you're unlikely to do it.
Unlikely to do it. I've got a long list of ninja stuff to do, and to be honest, that kind of just falls towards the bottom. To be honest, I don't.
No, that's a fair answer. Don't have to justify it, Monty. It's okay. We believe you. Air Alter. I suppose this isn't really a ninja question. Maybe falls to more you, Mod Raven. But Air Alter wants to know: can we get access to more of the Undercity in Prithonus?
This is raised a lot about Prifdidinus, and
Prifdidinus.
I don't know how you pronounce it. I'm willing to admit this.
The elf city.
I mostly just kind of go elves.
Something.
Elf City.
It's not a simple, easy thing. It requires like a massive redo of an area. It would be entire new map squares. So we would need a very good reason to do it. And at the moment, just it would be pretty isn't a good enough reason.
So perhaps someone will have to submit a compelling idea on Rune Labs.
Yeah, suggest something on Rune Labs would be good.
Put a load of lore in it. There you go. That'll keep Mod Osborne
There
happy.
you go. We've basically just got justification there.
Pretty
A
much.
load of lore. Is the,
No, we've kind of said in the past, but we don't really want to add much to Elf City.
I think that's fair.
Anymore.
The Elf City's already kind of
I think
saturated.
that was a big project, and I think it would be unfair to spend more time on it.
We have the whole rest of the game world.
That's
Nice to
absolutely
update
true.
and look at.
Ethanobi wants to know how many unique elite clue scrolls exist in the game for my guide's completionist's sake.
I don't know.
Unique elite. I don't. That's
No,
off the top of my head.
how many?
Some.
Oh, right, okay, sorry. I still don't know, but I misunderstood the question first time around. But yeah, I don't know, I mean...
A lot?
It's one of those things that you just kind of don't keep track of really.
Yeah.
Maybe
like,
tweet Mod Timbo and he'll be able to help you out.
Yeah. do that.
That is the ultimate answer.
the ultimate
That's
answer.
Tweet Timbo.
Tweet Timbo.
When could we expect Godbook updates? If so, if
Speaking
updates
of
will
Mod Timbo.
increase book stats.
So, God books, well, in the BTS,
Yes.
it was a kind of a ninja-focused BTS, well, at least half of it anyway. And in it, members of the Ninja team talked about a bunch of projects that we are currently working on, and they're at different stages.
Okay.
So some of the stuff that they mentioned came out on Monday,
Mm-hmm.
and there's some of the stuff will be coming out later this month. Godbooks was a very early tease. We have designed it, we haven't started development on it. Development isn't going to start on it for a while, probably.
Okay, so
We are working on other stuff at this time.
So keep it in the back of your mind. It'll come out, and you can be really happy when it does.
Yeah, what we want to do with Godbooks makes it a kind of small project rather than a Ninja fix.
Mhm.
So it's going to take a bit of time, and we have other projects that we need to do first.
Sweet. Jim Bobs off of Twitter would like to know: can we get an update on the day and night mode for RuneScape?
I think. Oh, hi. I think what we're
Kelpie
doing is, we'll add it in as a kind of legit way to transfer between. I mean, I was away at the time this happened, but I was kind of keeping up on like Reddit and Twitter and stuff. And something we've always said is that we didn't want to do a day-night cycle because thematically we would have to change a lot for it to just make sense, sort of thing. You don't want everyone walking around as if it's daytime when it's in the middle of the night. However, people like the night stuff because it's nice for screenshots and stuff like that. So we're definitely not going to update the game thematically to fit in with a kind of nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
But since it's happened, since people like it, we'll add a kind of proper way to go about it, I think.
Do you think that could be part of Mod Doctor's Toggle Mania? Or Togglescape, whatever we're calling
Probably,
Togglemania
probably
makes
not.
more sense to be around the Orb of Oculus or something like
it. Okay.
that. I mean, for people that didn't see, I posted a fairly long answer on Reddit as to sort of the reasons as to why we haven't and why we won't do a full sort of fully implemented day-night cycle. There's if anyone has any specific questions about it, then if you want to tweet me, then I can either direct you to the Reddit post or talk to you about it. But it's possible, but it is really not as easy as it sounds, and the amount of time and effort it would take is
it's pretty massive.
It starts once you start thinking of the actual implications of what we would need to do. It starts to spiral out of complexity, really.
Makes sense. Airalter is asking about when Mod Doctor's Togglescape is coming out. Do we have
Toggle Mania, you called it.
Toggle Mania,
Players love that
Togglescape,
name.
whatever.
It came out on Monday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that,
yeah.
that was it?
Have a look in your bloomin' escape thing, mate. Come on.
Escape
that
and game,
was so-
game menu.
that is
gameplay option.
Yes.
Gameplay options.
So that's what that's what it is. That's what we've been referring to Togglescape and stuff. It is something that we wanted to do, get it out there.
Place.
We're now listening to players' feedback on what other stuff they want to put in there. So we've already had people requesting the Doomsayer stuff, loot beams options. So in the near future, we'll be putting those options in there, and I'm sure there'll be a kind of. Is it
loot beams off deaths options, which is already on there.
It's the money one or whatever. I can't remember. There's stuff there. There's stuff that's not currently on there and stuff. And so there's probably a bunch of MISC options as well that will go on there in time as well.
Sweet. Per wants to know, what gender is the corporeal beast? Mod Raven, you had a perfect answer to this one.
Why do we care? I mean,
Why do we care?
Why do we care? Are you trying to date the corporeal beast? That's where the camera is. Why? Why? I don't care. It's whatever gender you dream it to be.
I'm not sure I like the idea of anyone
Confirmed.
dreaming what corporeal beast's gender
Don't
is.
stamp on
So-
their
But
Someone may.
we will leave that to your imagination. Enjoy that one. Unknown Warrior wants to know.
I love the zoom on. The zoom.
That made it all.
Now they all say Raven Cam. It's like, no.
Yes.
I'm
Please be a
taking it
fan.
off a Kelpie.
I was doing
Yeah,
my best
that's
not to
good.
like draw your attention to it, but you actually you were loving that, weren't you?
I saw John's grin. This was it's like,
I just really enjoyed your kind of like, it was like a presidential address to the nation. It was like, why do you care about the gender of the corporeal beast? I'm being told to look at
Corpus
Oh.
confirmed female in both the quest and in infographics.
There you go.
Just by the way.
So
Corpus
basically,
female.
basically,
Female, it would have
why
been.
don't you read the wiki before you submit questions? Like,
Yeah. Stop trying to catch us out, guys. It's not fair. It's not fair. Right.
Go to the same place where we get all our
Yeah.
answers.
That's true. Okay. Roscoe wants to know, will any of the new Fist of Guthics items be coming to the Thala shop?
Potentially in time. Part of the deal with that shop is that we do introduce stuff to it over time. Some of it will be a limited edition stuff. So potentially, but we decided as it was new items, for now it would just be exclusive to Fist of Guthics.
Makes sense. I remember reading this question somewhere on here, but I can't find it now. Is there any plans to add the spring cleaner to the Thala shop?
Again,
that was spoke
there
about
isn't any
originally,
right
but-
now, but I never say never. But we do have some other plans for fitting in with some other content and
Okay.
stuff. So there will be other ways, and there's always Vic will make his rounds again at some point
Naturally,
and stuff
sure.
like that. So yeah.
Okay, so there's stuff in the pipeline for that one as well. Sweet. Disheartened wants to know, can the XP reward from the updated rune mysteries be made into an XP lamp or quest that does not, which is not a requirement to access the abyss?
So this is kind of for Puros.
Yeah.
Tricky one. I probably need to run this past Mod Osborne, because the way I see it anyway is like Puros is always something that the players have gone out and done themselves. Like we've never, we have sometimes in the past catered towards them, but it was always like a player thing that they created sort of
Sure.
thing. It was never a kind of thing like, hey, why don't you go out and create a Puro account sort of thing. So maybe if we do that, I'm sure there's a bunch of other things like other kind of quest rewards and stuff they would like us to make, lamps or whatever they want us to do. So maybe that's a kind of larger, it's not just for that one quest, it's a larger thing for several.
Something that we could do as a project rather than just one-off fixes.
Yeah, Models one's kind of talked about it before, and I can't really remember what the response was to it. It was probably to leave it for a while.
We should ask him next
Yes.
time he's on this sofa, or you could tweet him. Alexander B wants to know, will there be any titles in unlocking the Seren spells or prayers? And he's used our official RSDevQA hashtag, so we like him even more.
To answer his question, no.
Okay, but thanks for using the hashtag. Can CFP and Big Chin become hosted like every other D&D and minigame? Become world hosted like every other D&D and minigame? That's from Slaughter Sam.
Maybe.
Depends on how many people obviously use
Yeah.
the
I mean,
D&Ds, isn't it?
Like, both of those things,
So-
they're kind of the way they work. That it takes people from all different worlds, don't they?
Yeah.
And puts them into
Yeah,
one
they are
instance sort of thing.
sharded,
So I don't feel it's really necessary, because you go to any world and you'll get put into a match with anyone from other worlds as well. So probably not.
Okay.
I
makes
mean,
sense.
like if people really feel strongly about it, then let us know. Create a Rune Labs thing, get lots of supports on that. Yeah.
Sorry, I've
That's
just
the thing, yeah.
Strider 752. No, I won't.
Says, can Raven kiss my baby? That was the that's an honour, I think, isn't it? That's a.
Meant to be, isn't it?
That's
Yeah.
like saved for presidents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So essentially, you're the president of your own evil
I see.
empire. That is the one. There's a great question in here. I'll see if I can find it. But I really enjoyed this one. It's basic. I can't find it, but does someone remember the question, which basically asked?
I don't
Does
know.
Mod
You've not
Ra-
given
how-
us any context
does-
for the question.
It essentially said.
Can you
does
remember
Mod-
the question?
How does
No.
Mod Raven get from Jagex to home?
I remember
Is
that
it
one.
via car, via bus, or
Does he
combust
burst into
into
flame?
flames?
Do I just
into the
demonically
Netherrealm?
burst into flames and disappear into the nether realm? It's obviously the latter, clearly.
Okay, so you're just completely flammable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
so
all
it's
have to watch
completely
ourselves
flammable.
around about 5:30 just to
Yeah.
make sure we don't get caught.
I'm going home, guys!
Ninja ONC's being pretty persistent with this question. So I feel that probably ought to answer it. So if killing a god, where's he gone? Where's it
Scroll
gone?
back up. Scroll back up.
Basically,
Not being persistent.
if you kill a god. Oh, there you go. If killing a god makes you a god, is Virago now a god because he killed Tusker, and therefore can he still represent the godless? So
This is a good question.
It is a good question.
I love Virago.
It is a good question.
So
so Virago isn't capable of ascending.
here he is. Look at him.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Perfect timing.
Everyone loves
Being
Virago.
a total
Perfect
badass.
But yes, so Virago isn't capable of ascending. He's subject to similar sort of ascension rules as like the World Guardian. Because he is the sort of physical manifestation of the Anima Mundi of the planet. He's not the same sort of being
Okay,
that
makes
one
sense.
would normally expect or associate with being capable of ascending. So no, he's not ascended. He's not a god. Yes, he is still awesome, and yes, he probably will still have something to do with the godless in the future.
Hopefully he's quite powerful as well because
He is pretty
He
powerful.
gained like a laser cannon or something. Didn't
yeah,
he?
that is true.
He sucker punched Tusker to death.
That's pretty sweet.
It was a rainbow
Yeah, he
beam punch.
didn't. Yeah, he
remember
didn't.
rightly,
Yeah, didn't he just like fire a big
Yeah.
beam of awesome into Tusker and it just exploded her? Amazing. Okay. That was the most awkward
Leave
freaking
that
laugh
there
I've ever
and-
done in my life.
yeah.
That is going to be a
So-
freaking GIF or something. Oh.
I missed that.
Chow Chow wants to know: is it possible to add a kill count obtained X feature to boss pets?
I think there was a bit more to that question, wasn't there? There was a.
There was an IE. Chow Chow has obtained the Cowfight Queen pet on kill count number 3 and has a
Yeah.
total of 17 kills.
So
It's possible, but
no,
it's,
I don't think we are.
It doesn't seem
I think
worthwhile in
it'd be
doing it.
difficult
It's
to
basically everyone-
retroactively
Is it
implement
just to
that.
celebrate people's luck?
Yeah,
Quite difficult.
and there's
Yeah.
nah.
That, and it's going to be quite hard to say
Yeah.
when, if they've got it this time, when it goes to the next time, you might get the same check, but then it will say something completely different. And
Right.
Yeah, all that sort of
That's
stuff.
not-
So,
Makes sense. So it's a big can of worms. We are going to have to head off mighty soon because we've got some network upgrades going on,
Yeah.
which are massively
Internet
disruptive.
magic.
Yeah.
So yeah, if we disappear reasonably quickly, I'll go for one more question, and then we are going to have to say goodbye. I'm so sorry, but we'll be back next week with another amazing dev Q&A. So to finish off, Sudo Bash has used our fantastic hashtag and says, out of all of the non-godlike elves, which do you think is the most powerful? Raven, you're our resident elf
everyone's
expert.
staring at one
Everyone
Raven
stares
here,
at me.
isn't it?
If you class the old ones, then I would suggest Backstory and or Glariel, as they were ridiculously OP. Out of the more recent ones, probably Lady Traherne, since she has a massive robot exoskeleton thing, so she can probably just
Spoilers.
punch. She stood wearing it, so she could just sort of punch the other elves into space. That's my
quite cool.
theory.
That's quite cool. Okay, so there.
Elfinator.
Some people in the chat are saying it's Elfborn, and
Oh,
he does.
yeah,
he
that's
does-
Oh no, he's rubbish.
He does get maybe a bit of a say on the design of the game, so
Yeah, he's rubbish.
it's quite
Yeah,
okay.
but it doesn't mean he's actually got any godlike powers
Yeah.
or anything, does
That
it?
is true.
Yeah, actually.
So, we are going to have to head off as it is now 5:59 and our network stuff happens at exactly 6 o'clock. So, good morning, Gillinor. If you didn't manage to check it out this morning, it will be live today / tomorrow. So, at some point in the next X, it will be live on YouTube, so you can go and do that. And of course, we'll have the usual Dev Q&A video recording on YouTube tomorrow as well. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. It has been a genuine pleasure to hear about
Not a
various rewards from
So
quests
sarcastic.
and all of your answers to the questions. Thank you very much for joining us in the chat as well. We will see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.